And I'm joined by five-star quarterback Caleb Williams, number one quarterback in the class and committed to Oklahoma. And I wanted to talk to you, Caleb, because you got into a bit of a war of the words with Ben Chrisman, and then we saw a bunch of Buckeye commits jump in. But I wanted to ask how much or how important it is for you to be able to play with Emeka Egbuka.
Very important. One, that finishes off our wide receiver class. Because I'm obviously, as you know, I think I've seen the video of I'm still working on getting Jalil Farouk, one of my good buddies, to come to OU. And then obviously Emeka is what we're here to talk about. I'm working on both of those guys to finish off the wide receiver class. Because as you know, we have Cody and we have Mario. Me, Mario, and Cody always talk. Me and Mario always FaceTime. Me and Cody normally text. And I'm obviously good friends with Jalil, so I'm working hard on Jalil. Emeka, I played a video game with Emeka. I always text him, call him. We were talking the other day, just in a sense of, we're not able to get down to OU, so we're trying to figure out something to try and get Emeka to come and commit. But the way I don't really like push guys because I want them. I've been through the recruiting process as a 5-star, and I know Emeka's and all the other guys like Tristan and Emeka are going through it just like me. So I don't really push like Oklahoma. I say it because obviously I want them to come play for me, or not for me, but for Coach Riley, and come play with me, and so we can build this brotherhood. But I kind of just build a bond with them, a friendship, and I really do hope that carries a long way. I have to say like come to OU a little bit. Just a little bit, but I mainly just kind of, I play the game with Emeka. I talk to Emeka a lot, just trying to build a friendship, a brotherhood, so he can feel comfortable playing, and playing with me and under Coach Riley. That's kind of how I do it. I let the guys that get paid all the money to say come to OU and give them all the stats and things like that. I just kind of try to build a friendship, a brotherhood, and hopefully that goes a long way and he comes and joins.
I got to tell you, it's going to make people feel really good to hear you taking on a leadership role in this class, because I've been very vocal about, hey, you need a quarterback to try to close in on some of the top talent. And along with Emeka Egbuka and Kamara Wheaton, and even you just saying that you talked to Mario Williams is going to help a lot of people feel better about his commitment sticking. I did want to ask you, did you know that both Oklahoma and Ohio State had picked up previous number one wide receivers in the last two classes?
Yep, Jaden and Fleming. Yep, I know.
So it feels like this is going to be a really important commitment for somebody. Now, Washington and Clemson can still come in there and woo him, but I wonder what is it about his game that you so value?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen his play, I'm pretty sure. So he's very smooth. And having a smooth guy, wide receiver, being able to beat guys one-on-one is, all across the board, from Cody to Mario to hopefully Jalil and hopefully Emeka. You saw what Joe Burrow did. He had guys all across the board that could just honestly you couldn't necessarily double Jamar because you had Jefferson on the opposite side.
Yeah,
with Terrence and then plus the tight end they had. So you couldn't do too much versus LSU. So getting a full class of those guys that are so smooth and so talented all across the board, and then getting obviously a solid running back in the class, and then obviously the offensive line. I'm not gonna speak on them. I always talk to those boys. Those are my guys. I'm working on a bunch of guys to finish off the offensive line, but offensive line is gonna be the offensive line. They're always gonna be big and beefy and bad. But finishing off this class with wide receiver, it'd be a special thing if we can get Jalil and Emeka.
I was doing the math, and if you guys can put together that kind of class, you have an opportunity to challenge for a top 5
Yep.
recruiting class. And Oklahoma hasn't had one of those in 11 years. What would that mean to you to
Yeah.
be able to just get a top 5 score?
Just another stat, another kind of, you get to add to the history. I like adding the history. More championships, more playoff wins, more games won. Adding to history is always good in a positive way. So getting another top 5 in 11 years, that'd be awesome.
How are you doing since making your announcement? Are you okay?
How am I doing since? I'm wonderful. I wear some OU gear every day.
Well, I mean, I gotta ask because in some cases it's just it's a weight lifted, and then after a few weeks you feel like it dies down, and you get a little bit of time for yourself.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. It died down, and I've never been a recruiting guy. I've never been like you got to talk to me every day. Like me and Coach Riley, we talk. We FaceTime each other randomly. We do all of this stuff. Text each other whenever. But we don't. He doesn't like push up on me, and I don't push up on him. But we do talk. Obviously, we have a really good connection. So, I mean, I love it. We talk whenever, and that's about it. That's the only coach I talk to, other than Coach Gundy and a few other coaches. Just to hop in and say, "What's up, Coach?"
We've talked a bit about the offensive guys that are both committed and that you would like to see committed. Have you zeroed in on any defensive recruits?
I'm working on Kevin Gilliam.
Okay.
I'm working on Damon Harrison, 2 teammates. I think it's Harris. I don't want to butcher his name.
You good?
But,
you straight? We good?
I'm pretty sure it's Damon or Damian Harrison or Harris. A few other guys. What else am I working on? I would definitely say those are 2 guys that I'm mainly working on right now, just to make sure we get those 2 guys in the boat. Especially since they're from Virginia, we're kind of close.
Last question I have for you, and then I'll let you go. Oklahoma extended an offer to Billy Bowman just yesterday.
Billy? I already texted Billy.
Okay. All right.
I already texted Billy.
Oh, look at you.
I've seen Billy. I've seen Billy at the Future 50. Me and him, we joked around and things like that. But he's a solid player, and I mean, hopefully, I don't really know what happened, but I definitely did text him. I haven't seen his text since, but I'm pretty sure he texted me back. And I mean, you have to see what's going to happen because I don't really know. I just had to text him, make sure he knew that I want him to be a part of this brotherhood. And all of that. So, that's about it.
I appreciate it. Hey, Caleb, thank you for taking time out of your day to do this. I understand that you are in the middle of doing something, so I appreciate you, man.